Hello, wonderful people. We welcome you back once again to our news digest. We bring peace to you today, that is Sunday, the 14th day of August 2022. And we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And of course, this is still coming from the desk of Nicky Bobby, one of your favorite channels where we bring you reliable news across Biafra land and beyond. And of course, today we are going to look into a critical issue that is quite disturbing around our, should I say, neighborhood, around our region, because things like this hardly happened before now. Few days ago, the executive governor of Anambra State, Governor Govr.Soludo, has suspended one of the local government chairmen in Anambra State, specifically here in Nnewi North LGA, for the case on the basis of killing his wife as a result of issue of SideChick. Well, the name here is Mbazulike Iloka, the name of the chairman. Well, issues have risen all this while. Well, of course, we can understand the reason why Soludo decided to do so. Doing so doesn't necessarily mean that he actually committed this crime. That is what I want to say here. I want to point some facts straight here. We are not siding any issue. In fact, what we are coming here to do is to try to see things from both perspectives, and as well to issue our own advice on the upcoming youths, even to our elders, to know how they could go about such situations, because we have had so many issues of recent, issues as regard to the domestic violence, as regard to homicide. Both everything is involving both male and female. The way it is in the side of the men is the way it is in the side of the women. So it's not really good as this information is coming out from our own region. Back in the days, our forefathers, they are known as a group of people that knows how to handle women in terms of respect, in terms of valuing them, in terms of having the best marriage. Even though that they used to have a polygamous family, they know how to handle it. We don't used to have a situation that time when our fathers used to abuse our mothers. Not really. Not really. So as things continue improving, as things continue moving, I shouldn't say improving, things are moving from bad to worse. So it's not really improving. We begin to see things from different perspectives. Maybe as a result of, should I say, mixture of cultures and the mixture of blood of people that's being born into our land. So today, Igbo culture is really being depreciated. And these are the things we are trying to avoid. But let me go back to what I'm discussing with you. Information earlier gathered since 2 days has shown that this Mbazulike, the chairman of Nnewi North, killed his wife based on domestic abuse. And then they went for an event and he beat his SideChick there. After I said that the wife tried to prevent him from, interacting also. Well, at the end of the day, when they got home, issue came up, and one thing led to another. At the end of the day, the woman now is gone. And they said there was a lot of injuries inflicted on him. And based on that as well, information says that from the family side of the woman, that the family says the man used to be the wife before now. So there are a lot of issues. I am not here to defend the man, and I'm not here to be in favor of him. But what I know is that some of the politicians in Nigeria, they are irresponsible, and most especially when they ascend the throne or the position of being the chairman of a particular local government, councillor, some of the governors. These are the things that they involve themselves with. But we are not going to deliberate more on this case because it has happened. And the woman again, which is Madam Chidebere Iloka, that is the name of the wife, who is now deceased. I don't think there was a statement gathered from her before her death. So that's where the issue comes. She won't be able to say anything because she's gone. Now, what we just said is the information we gathered from other people, not really from the woman direct, but from other people who are, let me say, hearsay, the hearsay word. But then the man himself has come and presented his own statement. He said his own version of how things happened, that he never had an issue with the wife, that the wife was a bit sick, even on that Sunday, because the thing happened, this issue happened on 7th of August, I think on a Sunday, that he coordinated some events and he went out. The wife was there coordinating his own business, which all the accounts she has, bank account, has the name of the wife. She's signatory to the account. And on that fateful day, being the Sunday, she was on call with the woman, with the wife. And at a point, she noticed how she was sounding. She not asked the wife that she's not sounding well. She said yes, she's not feeling too well, but she has taken painkillers, a pill. Well, at the end of the day, they came back home. The woman was about serving them food. I'm just cutting the story short, and I picked the most important point that is necessary for what we are discussing. So the wife now was serving them food, and she was bringing the food for them to eat with his friend, one of his friends. So along the line, she slumped and they hit her head on the pavement or something like that, on the pillar. So that is how things happened, according to him. Like I always say, according to him, because we are not there. We are not in the best position to render accurate judgment. You are not there, I am not there. So there is no way we can render accurate judgment right now until the investigation is concluded. He has brought out some witnesses who were there. But then, that's by the way. That is all I can say about the event. But my advice comes in a way that if anyone finds himself in any abusive marriage, whether from the part of the woman or from the part of the man, I think the best thing is, if you see, you put more effort and say this thing is not working out, I always advise people, walk away before it is too late. Walk away. Just try to dissolve it. Try to separate yourselves before one person will use his life as a sacrifice. Because in such issue, the sacrifice doesn't even worth it. You understand me? And sometimes one of the funniest things is that if actually this is an issue of SideChick, at the end of the day, this man might not even marry the SideChick. Understand? So this is an issue. The most important thing is that you live your life. Let there be life. If anything happens that you won't be able to control it within the territory of the marriage, then you better separate peacefully. You use your life to do something meaningful. Anyone who is gone is gone. Like this Mrs. Chinebrina, she will not come back again. But hopefully, like the husband narrated that he has no problem with the wife. In fact, the wife has been the pillar of the family. She has been the one running his business. So he said that it is the social media that's painting it the way it is. But of course, we are looking forward to see what will happen at the end of the investigation. Like I said earlier, the reason why Soludo suspended him might not necessarily be that he did such a thing, but in order for things to stand clear, for there to be a avenue for investigation. And you cannot allow a person that holds a public office for his name to be dragged into the board, and at the same time he's still handling the public office. We are not like the Fulanis. Even when things are evident, you are seeing everything that still remains in the office. So there are things we can handle. We are trying to see how we can bring back our culture, the core value of Biafrans, of Igbos. We are looking for a way where we can raise our children to become responsible adults, responsible elders. I don't know how we have foolish elders littered all around Biafra land. Well, what I can say here is most of these politicians, those who are looking for posts, they are not really reasonable, responsible people. They are more of touts. So they are the ones that the Fulanis, I mean those from our own side, they are the ones that Fulanis are using to place into the office, the various positions. Imagine somebody like Kopozademba. So that is what's, and you know, when people like that take over a position, what do you think, how do you think the system will look like? So what we are looking at, not actually what has happened, but we are extracting some benefits, some information from it in order for us to learn from it, because it is absolutely necessary. Of late, we've been hearing this issue of domestic violence and the people giving up their lives. It's not worth doing. You can think about it. It's not worth doing at any point in time. If you find out this is going beyond you, either you separate, give yourself some time, then you come back. I've seen a situation where people say they are going to meet the clergymen, they are going to meet their pastors to work it out for them. But I've equally seen one of the most funniest things is that a lot of the pastors are even divorcing. Some of them, their wife is enduring, not even enjoying their marriage. So when you look at it from a broader perspective, the most important thing is that we groom our youths in a way that they will value their wives. I can't imagine when a man will come out, he see a young woman, he say he loved the young woman, he go to the level of paying the dowry, the bride price. After years, problems start coming up, a problem that they cannot mend again. To the extent that it will lead to the death of one of them. It doesn't really make sense. These are the things we are advocating against. Let's restore our dignity. And when we do that, all of us will benefit from it. When I look around and see how families are tearing, are being torn apart, how a lot of people are giving up, it really it pains me. Honestly, I feel pain over those things. So the investigation is ongoing. We just hope that then, at the end of the day, the truth will come out. If it is an issue of SideChick, then we know. If it is an issue that the woman was sick and slumped, then we will call it know. But we have to extract this lesson. It is absolutely necessary. Let's not go into domestic violence. It doesn't help. Instead for you to start beating up one another, call it a day on time, so that you don't get yourself involved into this issue. On the part of ladies, sometimes, most of them might decide to be enduring, maybe because sometimes they see their husband is in a good position. So they want to be answering the wife of vulnerable. They want to be making money. It's not all about eating large. It's not all about making money. It's not all about answering big name. It's all about maintaining your own core value, maintaining your standard. Understand me? So if you have found yourself in such a situation, you know that maybe your husband do go after other women, you know that you cannot endure it, then try to separate yourself, disengage yourself from the marriage. But I have seen a lot of women who continue enduring such situations. Sometimes it's not that they are enduring because it doesn't have, some of them, it doesn't affect them, it doesn't pain them. They say, oh, that's life. Let them go. Let the husband go ahead with his own life. Let me go ahead with my own life. He doesn't care. So far, we are answering Mr. and Mrs. But the other way around, there are some women who continue keep enduring this because it's affecting them. They don't like it. But they've weighed it front, back, and center. They say, well, there's nothing else they can do. They continue enduring. So if the husband does anyhow they want, they don't care. They say, okay, well, I've come to this life, I've come to face. Let me continue facing it. So if you want to continue answering the big name, the wife of an honorable, but then you continue receiving such abuse, I will advise you, it doesn't worth it. You better leave on time. You better leave on time. But the best thing I feel is try to see how you can put an effort to amend it. If things doesn't work out, then you disengage yourself. I used to hear what people say that our divorce is not in our culture. They don't. But now, those things are coming up small. If you tell me that divorce is not in our culture, do you want to tell me that domestic violence and homicide is in our culture? No. The people used to say that it is necessity that brings about invention, right? They say that necessity is the mother of invention. So when domestic violence started creeping into our areas, into our homes, into our localities, then you have to find a solution. If at the end of the day, plus or minus, buy and take, you cannot see any other solution, then the solution will be to disengage. Find your way. Make sure that you leave. Because if you leave today, tomorrow, you might be able to do something meaningful for the community. Yes, you will do something meaningful for the society. So that is what we are saying. We are not really deliberating much on somebody, the woman gave up, the issue of SideChick. It's not what we are deliberating much on. What we are really looking at this point is ways by which we can attract some lesson. find this issue that happened educative. We use it to turn it to our own better understanding. Right? Yes, that's what we are looking at. So we thank you, wonderful people. We hope that sometimes most of you might consider what we are saying. Yes, because we use this adage that says evil always expands from one nation to another. And I think it's this part of evil that our people are keen in to learn. Because on a daily basis, I see this issue of domestic abuse, domestic violence that doesn't really, when I start seeing that and start reflecting on it, it doesn't really make sense to me. And I feel bad that this is happening within our own region, Igbo land, Biafra. We're supposed to be exemplary to other people. So this is something we are deliberating. We are not here to give to Mabi. Just like other people will say, okay, SideChick, this, da. No, we are here to bring about advice and solution. We thank you for listening. And we will continue doing our best. Of course, we say that it is in Biafra land, that all of us have our citizenship. Until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest. May you remain safe wherever you may be.